morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Although coffee's going down really hard, my throat is just, I don't know what the hell's going on. Hopefully I can get through this video. But this is going to be looking back on my last 15 album buys. This year so far, I've been fortunate to add some amazing albums to my collection. These aren't brand new purchases, so to speak. Not used albums. I've only dug a few times this year. I haven't dug a lot this year as far as going out and digging through the bins, which I absolutely love. With the weather, the cold, this cold, whatever, I just haven't had that energy to do so. So these are all things that I've ordered. Not necessarily in any particular order. But some albums I've replaced on from CD to vinyl. Some I've never owned before. Some new bands I've discovered. Trying to complete bands' discographies, that type of thing. All in all, some fantastic new buys, in my opinion. I think they're really, really good. Again, these aren't in any particular order. So, starting off with a couple from the amazing band Little Feat. This was a CD replacement. This is Feats Don't Fail Me Now on the Warner Brothers label. Wow, this is such a great album. 1974 release. The cover was done by Neon Park. Beautiful cover. It's listed in Colin Larkin's 1,000 albums, greatest albums of all time, 718 to be exact. It's a really good rock and roll album. It's got a lot of grit, great rhythms, lots of guitars, keyboards. The band was kind of at its peak. Maybe one of the best albums that Little Feat put out. This is wonderful, wonderful stuff. Another one from them, Waiting for Columbus. Again, I have this on CD, but I wanted it on vinyl. The first live album by the band, 1977 release at the Rainbow Theater, and also at the George Washington University Linzer Auditorium as well. Backed by the Tower of Power horn section. 804 of the 1,000 albums of all time in 2000. I love the guitar jamming between Lowell George and Paul Barriere. Mick Taylor, former Rolling Stones guitarist, makes an appearance. Does some slide guitar and apolitical blues. This is so good. Again, on that Warner Brothers label. Fantastic stuff. So happy to have it. Again, I know it from the CDs that I have, but I'm just happy to have it on vinyl. This is not a new band, but it is a new band to me. Discovered when I was flipping through Amazon, and the album cover grabbed my attention. I said, this has to be a progressive rock band, and it is. This is the Flower Kings, Swedish melodic progressive rock band, formed in 1994 by guitarist and singer-songwriter Roy Stolt, an amazing player in his own right. Again, very melodic, so good. I want to continue their discography. I only have 3 of their albums. I've got 16 studio albums out there right at the moment. Their music is complex, high quality progressive rock, lengthy instrumentals, beautiful harmonies, great signatures, some jazz influences, brilliant guitar playing by Roy Stolt. This is The Rainmaker, the 6th studio album by the band, 2001 release. More song-oriented than other of their albums. You got some rockin' parts, more mellow parts, 3 10-minute tracks. All fantastic. It's so good. And that cover is to die for. And then you've got The Sum of No Evil, the 10th album, 2007 release. Not as much pop on this one. It's really complex. Again, the album covers were amazing. More 70s progressive rock on this one. heavy and aggressive, but also longer songs with some breaks in them as well. Long keyboards and guitar solos, instrumental journeys. Just kind of close your eyes and get lost in this music. It's fantastic. Fantastic. And of course, the beautiful voice by Roy Stolt. He's such a talented guy. There's the back cover of this one. So good. This is the one that caught my eye when I was shopping on Amazon. Excuse me a moment. And I knew this had to be a progressive rock band. This is Look at You Now. This is that gorgeous cover. Gorgeous cover. The latest album by the band, 2023 release. I was so impressed when I heard this. I had to order the previous two that I just showed you. Melodic rock, prog rock at its best. You've got classic rock at times, space rock at times, opera mixed in there, psychedelia, multi-layered tracks. You get rock, you get jazz, you get complex, some Elizabethan music mixed in. It's just so good. So good. It's amazing. This band is truly becoming one of my favorites. Glenn Calloway from the Basement showed this one. Not that I'm copying Glenn, but when you see something good, you just need to have it. And I picked this one. This is Government Mule. Peace Like a River. Peace ... like a river. The amazing offshoot of Allman Brothers Band when they were kind of on hiatus, led by the amazing Warren Haynes. Fantastic guitarist, slide guitar, blues guitar. You can hear musical influences like Cream on this one. Great production. The guitar work and writing is some of the best in this genre, the blues genre. Billy Gibbons is on this one. He plays guitar and also vocals on Shake Our Way Out. Billy Bob Thornton, who would have thought, does lead vocals on A River Only Flows One Way. Really good track. Really good track. Rocks hard. This album does. You got elements of classic rock, southern rock, funk, country blues, spoken word, some horns and orchestral pieces on this one. It's quite a diverse album. So good. Happy to have it in my collection. I've shown this one, and I'll just talk briefly about it. This is reimagining In the Court of the Crimson King. First off, that album cover is just to die for. You got all the best of rock getting together to reimagine this fantastic album, In the Court of the Crimson King. The 1969 masterpiece. You've got Mel Collins and Jocko Jokic, as well as Todd Rundgren, Chris Poland from Megadeth, Ian Pace from Deep Purple, Joe Lynn Turner from Rainbow, Dream Theater's James Labrie, of course Carmine Appice is on here from Cactus, so many more. It's an epic collection, and they did this one proud. They didn't change it, they maybe enhanced it, they shortened things a bit, but they put their own spin to it and put out a fantastic album. I think it's amazing. Sticking with King Crimson, this one was adding to their discography. This is Discipline. Discipline is the 8th album by the band. King Crimson, 1981 release. It's a combination of art rock and progressive rock and new wave and dance rock even on this one. You got Adrian Belew on guitars and vocals, Robert Fripp on guitars, Tony Levin, the amazing bassist, on backing vocals as well, Bill Bruford on drums. It's a fantastic album. So happy to add it to my King Crimson collection, and I'm happy to show this one. 200 gram vinyl as well. Sounds amazing. Mud Crutch. Tom Petty, Mike Campbell, Beaumont Tench, who would go on to form Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. First active in the 1970s, all throughout Florida. They were formed in 2007 to put this album together. It was released in 2008. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You got Tom Petty on bass and lead vocals, Mike Campbell on guitars and mandolin, Tom Leadon, who is Bernie Leadon's brother. Bernie Leadon, of course, from the Eagles. I was trying to think of where he was from. Guitar, vocals, lead vocals. Beaumont Tench on keyboards and also lead vocals, and Randall Marsh on drums. Sounds like it could have come out of the 70s, but it's a modern album. You've got great country rock on this one. Rock, that Heartbreaker sound. And I've got to get Mudcrutch too, for sure. That's on my list. But fantastic stuff. This is I call it a compilation album. This is Temple of Blues, Influences and Friends by Cactus. Carmine Apiece and Cactus. You got a bad bunch of people on here, man. Classic rock heroes. You've got Carmine Apiece on drums and guitarist Jim McCarty. You got Joe Bonamassa, one of the great new blues players. Ted Nugent's on this one. He does okay. Billy Sheehan, Bumblefoot, Dee Snider, Pat Travers, Government Mule is on here. Vanilla Fudge, Living Color, Vixen. It's an awesome album full of heavy blues, heavy rock, boogie, rock, and roll, led by Carmine Apiece's amazing drumming. It's a pretty hard-hitting album, even with Ted Nugent on it. Even with Ted Nugent on it. Fantastic. There's all the members there. I kept the hype sticker, over here. But really good. I'm happy to have this one. This next one was an oops. I'd actually ordered a Motorhead album, but ended up getting a Neil Young album in Time Fades Away. 1973 live album by Neil Young. It's on clear vinyl. So it was kind of an okay oops, even though I maybe would have preferred the Motorhead album. I'm happy to receive this one. It's a compilation of unreleased material by Neil Young, 1973 performance. He really opens himself up to the audience, and it's honest. It's so good. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I wasn't familiar with any of the tracks, but anything by Neil Young is gold, in my opinion. So happy to have it, for sure. Speaking of Motorhead, I finally went down that path after these guys have been out so long, and I'm a little older than I was when these guys came out. I finally went down the path and picked up some Motorhead, the amazing English rock band, formed way back in 75. So again, they've been around for years. I'm just discovering now in 2025. Amazing. Remarkable. Stupid on my part. Not that stupid that I haven't discovered them earlier. Of course, you got Lemmy on here. Amazing bassist and lead vocalist. Larry Walls on guitars and Lucas Fox on drums. Lemmy, the only consistent member of the band before his death. This is Overkill, their second album, 1979 release. The band's first album on Bronze Records. There's the label there. Little bit tinges of blues. 2004 release, by the way. You got some punk, you got some metal. It's one of their strongest albums, as far as I can read. I think it's fantastic. I think it's It's fantastic. Um, Listed as 100 greatest, heaviest metal albums of all time. Number 46 of that 100 greatest albums. Punk influences, heavy metal style. Kind of sloppy, but still good. In your face. Lemmy's vocals, of course. His bass playing. Very underrated band, in my opinion. They should be high up there as far as praise, for sure. And on the opposite end, I picked up Inferno, or I ordered Inferno, the 17th album, 2004. Sorry, this was 1979 release. That's my bad. This is 2004 release. You've got orange vinyl going on here. Pictures of Lemmy. One of the strongest albums they've ever done. It's a completely different album than this one. It's still hard and heavy, still rocking. You've got a lot of metal going on, some blues, as I mentioned earlier, going on, and fantastic. I should have showed this one yesterday, I think it was. Steve Earle, Alone Again, live. This is a 2024 release. Amazing. It's just Steve Earle, his gritty vocals, his guitar, harmonica, the changes depending on the girl he's talking about and singing about, and mandolin on the last 3 tracks. He's so interactive with the crowd. So interactive. Compared to another album I'm just going to show here, which I didn't find any interaction. This one is so, and he's funny. He's talks about his youth. He talks about his drug addictions. He's very open about his drug addictions, his political beliefs, all the women that he's met over the years. When he went to parties, he wasn't a football guy. He brought guitar to every party they went to, and he always had 5 or 6 girls are hanging around him. And he sang Donovan songs to get those girls. Quite the dude. 21 or 22 studio albums, and I've got one. I've got the one with Copperhead Road on it, the Copperhead Road album, which I love. But this is a fantastic live album. It's so good. A lot of tracks on here. Of course, you've got his big hit, Copperhead Road. But you've got 15 tracks on this live album. The last 3, just with him and mandolin, Dominic Street, The Galway Girl, and Copperhead Road. Excellent guitarist, great harmonica player, and mandolin player for sure. So, and finally, as I just mentioned, this live album by the Grateful Dead, Duke, 1978. I found the crowd was really pushed back in the mix. Live album by the Grateful Dead at Cameron Indoor Stadium in Duke University, released 2024. This is a 4 album set. I won't go through the album. I just did a video on this one, so for time I'm not going to go through it all. But Jerry Garcia on guitars and vocals, Donna Jean Godich on vocals, Keith Godich on keyboards, Mickey Hart on drums, Bill Kreutzmann on drums, Phil Lesh on bass and vocals, and Bob Weir on guitar and vocals. Maybe not recorded the best. Again, I found the crowd very diminished. Say that 10 times fast. I found the crowd very diminished in the mix. But overall, the tracks are good. More of a countrified type of album, but lots of tracks on this one, and happy to have it. This is a limited edition of 7800 box set. So there you have it, guys. There's 15 awesome new purchases of 2025 so far. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back again soon. Take care. Bye now.